Raging oil fires burn out of control in the Japanese petroleum center of Niigata, the aftermath of one of the worst earthquakes Japan has suffered in the last 40 years. The quake hit 11 prefectures or states, leaving nearly 50 dead and hundreds injured. It was the oil fires that caused the most dread, and thousands of houses that withstood the tremors had to be evacuated. Officials estimated that more than 1,000 homes were destroyed, 18,000 damaged, and more than 11,000 flooded by rising rivers. The next day, more earth convulsions caused a wave of panic to sweep the area. Thousands of homeless took refuge in city parks as the inferno raged behind them. It was not until the third day that the fires were brought under control. Foam dropped from U.S. Air Force planes kept the fire from spreading to much of the residential district. There were scenes such as these along 20 miles of the west coast, the worst disaster of its kind in Japan since the devastating quake of 1923. Now, before the fires have cooled, the Japanese begin the massive job of cleaning up. Property damage is running into the hundreds of millions of dollars. People lined up for hours to obtain drinking water and emergency rations of rice and biscuits. Miraculously, there was no outbreak of disease. Now, a stricken people begins the long, hard task of rebuilding their shattered city. Misfortune strikes the Kennedy family once again. Senator Edward M. Kennedy was seriously injured when his private plane crashed in the woods near Southampton, Massachusetts. The senator was on his way to the state Democratic Convention, where he was renominated, when the plane crashed in a heavy fog. However, despite a broken back, doctors expect Mr. Kennedy to achieve complete recovery within 8 to 10 months. His family, including Attorney General Robert Kennedy, quickly gathered at his bedside, and specialists were flown from Walter Reed Hospital. It was announced that a new canvas frame would be used to speed the senator's recovery, eliminating the need for a plaster cast. Doctors say that it was a miracle that Mr. Kennedy survived the crash. Queen Elizabeth heads the distinguished crowd attending the Royal Ascot meeting, the place to go when you want to watch the bangtails, that is the thoroughbreds, run. They still start from the wire barrier, and the start is still a moment of confusion until they get straightened out. This is about the only racetrack in the world where the social parade is more important than the race. But the horses capture the attention of some of the crowd. Queen has no horses running today, but it is a royal finish anyway. Gellert is the leader as they come down the stretch, but he's challenged by Zaleucus, second from the rail. The Greeks have a word for Zaleucus, the winner, as he nips Gellert at the wire. His owner won his first Royal Ascot in 1909, and now he does it again 55 years later. During World War II, there was a battle on the home front, too. The tussle with ration books, tokens, and stamps. Supplies were short, and everything from shoes to gasoline was doled out. No stamps, no soap. Every cut of meat carried a certain point value, and many times stamps were more valuable than money. And rationing proved that the American people had vivid imaginations. The Office of Price Administration was swamped with fantastic tales from people who claimed they faced disaster without an extra allotment of this or that. Headaches were many. Housewives had a problem keeping track of stamps, and businessmen sought clerks and other help in vain. Pity the poor storekeeper when it came time to balance his ration stamp records. Most gasoline ration cards were A cards, which call for an allowance of 3 gallons a week. You couldn't go far, but if you did get rolling, you found empty highways. Yes, Virginia, there once was room on city streets. With most meat going to feed the biggest army in U.S. history, a series of Meatless Tuesdays went into effect. Housewives were urged to save fats for the war effort. They got their reward in extra meat points, and they were also paid 4 cents a pound. And the housewife fought the tin can war, saving food cans for steel and tin salvage. The containers went from the home front to duty on the war front. Everyone was involved in World War II. Then, with victory, the lid was off. Gasoline flowed once more. It was, ho for the open road, fill her up, let's go to the beach, to the mountains. After we get rid of the ration book, America was back on wheels, and rationing was only a memory.
Every moment of the day and night, our planes are ready to provide a security cover for America's amphibious force in readiness. And we, as individuals, are providing another type of security cover. We are buying United States savings bonds from our military pay. Operation security for you can mean simply signing a card like this where you work, or by having your bank set aside money out of your pay each month for a bond a month. Do it today. You'll be helping your family and helping keep America strong.